Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community posts, all those cool things, man. You already know the vibes. And it is a new day to review some WWE NXT Halloween Havoc Night 2, baby! I'm in the Halloween spirit, man. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween to those who celebrate, man. Happy Velma Day to all the Velmas out there. You feel me? And like I said, man, I'm back at you with your Night 2 review of WWE NXT. And like last week, man, this was an overall fun show. We had Halloween themed matches and people dressed up, man. It was a cool vibe. It was a cool show. And once again, man, it kicked off with a New Year's Day performing. I forgot what the name of the song was, but it was a cool song, man. It was a cool vibe, cool setup to the atmosphere and the ambiance of WWE NXT. And it kicked off with the tables, ladders, and scares match featuring Humberto and Angel Garza taking on the Creed brothers, who were on Monday Night Raw. And they had a good match against the Alpha Academy this past Monday for their main roster debut, and they kept that same energy, kept the same momentum with the tables, ladders, and scares match. And yo, man, the Creed brothers, there's something different, man. I feel like they're superheroes. I feel like these two were created in a lab because they're freakishly strong, especially Julius. This dude's like a superhero. I think he's got injected with the super soldier serum from Captain America or whatever. But yeah, man, the match was crazy. They had the Creed brothers and Angel Garza and Humberto, they had crazy chemistry, man. They were doing cool spots with tables. They got the table spot out the way early. They were doing cool stuff with the ladders and chairs, man. Overall fun match, overall fun vibe. The Creed brothers ended up getting the win. And this possibly very well could have been the Creed brothers' last match on NXT, because the streets are saying that the Creed brothers got their call up, their main roster call up this past Monday on Raw. So if that was gonna be your last NXT match, that was a hell of a way to do it. They went out with a bang, man. Overall fun match. So after this, man, we saw a backstage segment between Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, and it's looking like they're going to be the host of Night 2 of NXT for the remaining show, so that was pretty cool. So you kept seeing them pop up randomly backstage, you know, looking creepy and doing weird stuff. So, and speaking of weird stuff, man, you had the return of Joe Gacy. We had a whole bunch of returns on this episode of NXT. Well, we had the return of Joe Gacy, and he was saying words. He was saying a whole bunch of stuff that didn't really make sense. But yeah, Joe Gacy's back. Good for him. And then after this, we had a match between, or what was supposed to be a match between Tiffany Stratton and Fallon Henley. It started off with Tiffany Stratton being interviewed by Mackenzie Mitchell, and Mackenzie was talking about how Fallon Henley was mocking Tiffany, and then as Fallon Henley was making her way to the ring, Tiffany put the beat down on her. She put the beats to her, put the feet to her, put the hands to her, locked her in that corner, that ring post sharpshooter figure four move that Bret Hart used to do. So yeah, the match never really took place, and Tiffany Stratton was saying, "Yay, good for me, I'm the center of the universe," and blah blah blah. So there was that. Then after this, we had one of many segments from the Metaphor, and they're pretty much going to the haunted house where Tozawa was keeping the Heritage Cup, and the Metaphor was dressed up like this, the Mystery Machine Gang, the Scooby-Doo Gang. You had Jakara Jackson as Daphne, Lash Legend as Velma. You had Ora Mesa as Shaggy, and what's his name? The leader, you know who I'm saying. He was Scooby-Doo. And this was pretty much like multiple segments throughout the show. And this ultimately led to Noam Dar finding the Heritage Cup, and Tozawa popping up out of nowhere, and he was like, I just wanted a shot of the Heritage Cup, and Noam Dar just freaking out. He's crying. He's crying with the Heritage Cup. So next week is going to be Noam Dar versus Akira Tozawa for the Heritage Cup. Yeah, entertaining, depending on your taste and your preference, your sports entertainment feelings or whatever. So there's that. So after this, we had for the North American Championship, we had Dirty Dominic Mysterio with Rhea Ripley taking on Nathan Frazier, and Nathan Frazier is ridiculously fast, man. Like, this is another dude I think has superpowers. He should join up with the Creeds, and they should join like the Fantastic Four or whatever. But Nathan Frazier, this dude is just so damn fast. And this is an overall fun match. Nathan Frazier was doing his thing. And Dominic Mysterio, to me, man, he's constantly improving. I think it was a good move, bringing him to NXT. Like, ever since he joined the Judgment Day, you've seen him improve. And ever since he's been on NXT, you've seen him improve as well. So this was an overall fun match. It had shenanigans, Rhea Ripley interfering. But Dirty Dominic ended up getting the win. But after this, we had the return of Wes Lee. And this kind of shattered any speculation as to, Wesley being one of the possible assailants of Trick Williams. That threw that out the window, and we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video. But Wesley's back, and he's making his claim, man. He wants his North American Championship back. So after this, we had a backstage segment from Chase U. They're getting ready for their Thea Hill and JC Jane. They're getting ready for their tag team match, and then you had Mr. Chase, Andre Chase, him and Duke Hudson, they were talking to the D'Angelo family, and it's looking like on the surface it's looking like they want a rematch for the NXT Tag Team Championships, but it's looking like something else might be going on between Tony D'Angelo and Andre Chase, because it's looking like some shady shit is going on behind the scenes. I don't know what it is. Like, I can't wait to see what it is, but Andre Chase, you got some explaining to do, my friend. So after this, we had the match between Bron Breakker and Mr. Stone, and this went exactly as you expected from beginning to end. Even the aftermath of what happened with the match. You had Mr. Stone standing in the ring. Bron Breakker comes out. They tussle for a little bit, but ultimately it ends with Bron Breakker spearing this man out of his slacks, like out of his skinny jeans, his skinny pants, his skinny trousers. And then it was looking like Bron Breakker is going to do the same thing he did to Von Wagner, only for Von Wagner to make his grand return and make the save. So somewhere in the future, Von Wagner and Bron Breakker are going to have the rematch. And it could be in a stairs match. Ooh. So after this, you had a segment with OTM or Out the Mud. It was pretty much Reggie my bad. That's his regular name. I should call him by his street name, Scripps. Scripps talking about how, he's been around. He's seen a lot of stuff, man. He's seen a lot of activity. He's seen people getting shot and blah blah blah, and that's why he relates to Bronco and Nima. They got it out the mud, and they're speaking slang and using ebonics and whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So whatever, man. But I actually am digging this new character change from Scripps, aka Reggie. We know who you are, Reggie, man. We know you're doing flips and hanging out with Carmelo. You don't got a lot to kick it, boy. You don't got a lot to kick it, man. After this, you had Chase U taking on Piper and Even and Chelsea Green for those WWE Women's Championships, and this was a pretty solid match, man. Another person who's constantly improving is Thea Hill, man. She's getting better each time I see her wrestle, and the chemistry she's having with JC Jane, it actually works. I actually like their dynamic, you know what I'm saying? But Piper and Even and Chelsea Green ended up getting the win, and then after the match, you had Alba Fire and Isla Dawn watching from the balcony, or the Regal's Nest as some people have called it, and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn have made their intentions very clear that they do want those championships back, and they're even saying that they put a curse on it or whatever. Ooh, scares, curses. This was a lot of setup. Like, there was a lot of things going on this episode of NXT, but it looks like there's a lot of things that are setting up the future and future episodes and future matches. So there's that. So after this, you had a backstage segment with Lexus King, and he's sitting on his throne. He's sitting on the big giant chair, and he's talking to Mackenzie Missile. He's offering her candy, and he says something to the effect of, "I can't wait for people to see what I'm going to do or what I've already done." And it's raised a lot of people's eyebrows on Twitter because they're thinking, "Oh, is Lexus King the one that attacked Trick Williams? Was it the night? Was he coerced by the 1994 Denver Broncos? Who knows? Who knows what this man is talking about? He's offering people candy. He has his weird haircut, man. He's doing big things. I like the presentation of Lexus King, so I can't wait to see what he's done or what he's going to do or what he's about to do and what he already did. Who knows what Lexus King has up his sleeve, ladies and gentlemen." So after this, we had the finals of the women's breakout tournament. We had Lola Vice, we had Kalani Jordan, and for what it was worth, man, for two somewhat rookies to wrestling, they did put on a pretty solid match, man. It was short, but it was good for what it was worth, man. Lola Vice won the breakout tournament. She's the new contract holder. I think that's how it works, if I remember correctly. She won with that spinning heel kick that knocked out Kalani Jordan, man. And I do gotta say that Kalani Jordan, both these women do have a very bright future, man. Especially Kalani. I can see her being NXT Women's Champion or even Women's Champion, either on Raw or SmackDown or whatever. Same with Lola Vice, man. So good on them. Good for you, Lola Vice. So after this, we had the main event, man. The rematch, the big rematch between Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov. And what else do you want me to say, man? These two cooked up a classic. It wasn't as good as their previous matches. Not really, but it was still a good match nonetheless, man. Ilya Dragunov ended up getting the win. But what happened after the match? There was two things that ended up happening after the match, man. You had the return of Trick Williams, and Carmelo Hayes. He's looking a little shook, man. He's looking nervous. And then you have Trick Williams get in the ring. He pulls up Carmelo Hayes, and they're kind of looking at each other. And you're thinking, is Carmelo Hayes the one that attacked him? By the looks of it, you're thinking, yeah, but there might be something more to it. But before we can even get the answer to that, you cut to backstage. You have Ilya Dragunov being attacked by Baron Corbin. So could this possibly be the next feud for old Ilya? Who knows, man? So pretty much what it's setting up for is NXT's next PLE Premium Live event deadline, man. You have possibly Baron Corbin taking on Ilya Dragunov, possibly Trick versus Melo, possibly what's his name, Vaughn versus Bron, man. You have a lot of things going on. You have a lot of plates being spun on the little stick things. The wheel of destiny is continuing to turn. Ooh, who knows what could happen in the future? But as of this episode of NXT, man, it was an overall fun episode. Halloween Havoc. Good vibes, man. Good costumes. It gets the honorary W. I'm gonna go ahead and just call it out because my voice is kind of shot. But let me know what you guys think of this week's episode of NXT. Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care of these. I'm out. New day. Peace.